What's going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2 and our first build of our water park. We're still in the water park area, kind of hammering through a couple different areas here. The first half is just kind of filling in the area in between the Arcadium Hotel and the water park itself, and do that using the series of warehouses and to kind of continue on the warehouse pier feel of things. And the recording of this is after the first December update of 2024. And they do have some of the new added pieces in. And we will see some of those that I actually use later. And then the water slide physics and a lot more of the people actually using stuff, which is definitely a good thing to see. Um, but yeah, just do a few warehouses here. I don't recall this ladder being in the game before, but I think it fits the side of the warehouse. I don't know why you would go up to the roof of the warehouse, but hey, it adds a nice touch. And we do just kind of multiply the warehouses across. Depending on how the new update reacts to having multiple parks. Because I've seen one or two people online that have basically tried to do the same thing that I'm doing, attempting, and having multiple separate parks. Apparently, everybody ends up going over to where the rides are rather than the water park side. So, more than likely, I'm going to have to just link the four areas across. So the Arcadium, the water park, the ride area, and a fourth one that I'm contemplating because I don't quite know what we're gonna do with it, but we'll see. But we get all the four warehouses. I do label them 11 through 14, mostly to get warehouse 13. If anybody remembers the warehouse 13 TV show, um, I think it was on Sci-Fi. I barely remember it. I don't know. But FBI agents, I think, out hunting mysterious supernatural artifacts. So wanted to kind of tie in that to the area here. So we got Warehouse 13, and I'm thinking that Warehouse 13 will act as a pass through for people to go from the Arcadium Hotel into the water park area. And so I think that's going to be what we end up doing. Do end up putting in some lighting here down the center walkway here because the I was hoping the lights on the building would be enough, and it was not. This is one of the first times that I used the distance snap, and I think it worked rather well. Also, finally decided what I'm going to put here, and apparently, I'm putting just a bunch of logs. And so we do just a run of logs on both sides, and still debating about what to do with the lower area there because I kind of do want a little bit of shade in there. The problem being, I don't know how to work it into the warehousey pier industrial area kind of theming, but we'll see. And so here we start our first water slides. And so it's just three basic water slides. And you end up falling into the pool here. Not not too not too high, not too fast. Just kind of basic. Got three different levels here. Still getting used to this. I didn't do a whole lot of coaster building in the first Planet Coaster, so still kind of getting used to the build of both the water park and just coasters in general. Um, Me just having an opinion. I feel like having like the flume ends in its own menu seems counterintuitive, but maybe that's just me. There's also I think one or two other features that are in like other parts of the menu as well. I contemplated putting the pool filter in there. Haven't decided to play with that just yet. I think I do have it turned off in the sandbox mode, so I don't have to worry about that. Um, but down the road, I will probably jump into that as well. Do a little bit of you know, I almost said sidewalk. That's not the word I want, but pathing. The path that you see there is not gonna stay, so it'll change by the end. So this is our second slide, just a short little run, and then you just fall straight down into the pool. Yes, you will probably break a leg. It's not that far of a fall, but it's still a pretty good fall. And then we've got our third slide, just kind of loops around, interacts a little bit over the other one, and just drops into the pool. I end up taking out part of the pool because I felt like it's just too big on that side. So we kind of squeeze it in a little bit. There we go. And then we retweak a lot of the pathing. To access all of the slides, you just basically go around the left-hand side. I could have taken the path and just kind of encircled the entire slide area, but I wanted to have a little bit of, I guess, greenery underneath the slides just to increase the decorative rating. And then I add a small warehouse. Well, actually, two of them over here. I toy around with this and end up hating it so much at the end, I end up taking it out. I was going to foliage that corner, but decided against it. I don't know if you need to have a lifeguard there, given the fact that there are staff members at the top. But I added a lifeguard just to be safe. Use the roof pieces here to create a little bit of shade, but also to continue the industrial feel to things. Tried to decide if I wanted something on the end of that and ended up going without. So cleaning up the pool a little bit and then building our small little warehouse here. And I think for some of the speed slides, we're gonna basically do the drop out of a warehouse because I think that would really fit the area. So I think we'll do kind of a lazy river with a central island area, and then from there we will do a couple of speed slides, if you will, a little bit faster ones to for more of the thrill seekers, if you will. So we go through, use the foliage brush to fill in the area. I like using it, but it even if you select to avoid the sidewalk, it still is kind of all over the place. It's not as optimized as I think I would personally like. Plus, it puts trees in buildings, even though I set it to ignore, but sure. Could not find the umbrellas because it's not listed as umbrellas. Umbrellas, they are parasols, if I recall now. But yeah, maybe it's just the American in me that it's an umbrella. Oh, that was another thing I saw in the update. You might have quickly noticed that one of the one of the pieces there was favorited, I guess, for lack of a better word. And oh yeah, these guys were just stuck at the bottom of the slide. I could not get them out. They eventually fixed themselves, so I don't know. But the favorited pieces, you now have to click and go into a submenu and then unfavorite it. Similarly, if you want to favorite it, you have to click on it and then favorite, which is better than it was before, mostly because I kept on accidentally favoriting everything because I have a tendency apparently of clicking on the top right corner of those things. So we had a secondary path, probably do some kind of foliage and signage right there in the middle, but we'll see what I come up with because naming is not one of my naming things is not one of my finer abilities. So now just kind of filling in the area over here. Came up with the idea of maybe doing a split drawbridge kind of area over here so boats could, theoretically just pass through. Took me a heck of a lot longer than I wanted it to. But I like how it turns out. I split that there so there's kind of a small little crack in the middle of it to kind of give the feel that you could you could raise the two bridges if you needed to. Get some fencing in here and I believe coming up these here I believe are new pieces to the new update. Uh, I believe that with the new update, new coaster pieces, I think it was like 25 pieces, are now included. I believe those are new pieces. There is also a new ride DLC with 5 rides. Do not have that. I don't know. Going back and forth on whether or not I want to purchase it or not, or just kind of hold off. A lot of people aren't thrilled with it, which I get because there's still quite a bit of work on the game itself, and just tiny tweaks and some major tweaks that just need to be made. But we will see if we eventually. I'll probably invest in the DLC, but I think it's just 5 rides, no no scenery, which kind of saddened by, but we will deal. So we've got some ropes. We've got the anchor pins in the middle there to retract as we would need to, and then it's just kind of cleaning up the surrounding area. We get these in place to kind of indicate where the hinge point might be, and the same with that end. Yes, I know the physics behind this is really wrong, but we're gonna go with it. We do a little support base, and that's about it for this week. We got some foliage over here. Clean up the walkway here. That's about it. So we'll do a quick walkthrough in Planet Coaster. So I will see you over there in just a minute. Okay, so we are back in first person. We've got the water slides over there to the left, still have some work. I think we'll come around this way first. We've got our shops whenever you first walk in, the lockers over here to the right, and all of our warehouses just kind of blocking off the area. You can still see a little bit of the Arcadium peeking out, but we've got all of our warehouses sitting nicely over here up against the path. And we've got our bridge and lots of foliage in here. You can take a look down the downstream there. You can take a look upstream and gain a little bit of a view of the water slides over there. And I think we're going to do probably a lazy river along with a couple other water slides in this corner. And let's kind of cut through the restaurant, the Pier 1. We're going to tweak, I think, this path that we're on right now and take this path straight that way because I realized I am cutting into a little bit more of the coaster park themed, the ride area. So this path will probably head pretty straight across here so we don't have that kind of path. Probably do a few shops over here, restaurant, maybe some food and drink. And then we've got our water slide area over here. Still have some detail work on the backside to do. We've got people hanging out in the pool. Excuse me, ma'am, sir. Just enjoying the slides again. I have a little bit of light back here, not a whole lot. People climbing up, checking out the different slides that we've got. Just 3 very basic slides. Probably take back some of this foliage a little bit. It's a little overbearing over the pathway. During the regular daylight hours, it provides quite a bit of shade, so that's definitely a plus. But I think next time we will continue on building past the restaurant. Maybe we'll attempt a lazy river, and we'll see how that goes. But I really enjoy how the water slides turned out. Probably not the best of water slides, but the people seem to enjoy it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys again in Planet Coaster 2. And as always, I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day.